Hi guys, and welcome to today's webinar in the Optimised webinar series. Today we're going to be talking about the new update that's coming along tomorrow from Google, and basically how you can stay ahead of the curve here and not get slapped by this update. So as we see all too often with Google updates, people that aren't aware and don't prepare usually do get hit by them. So today it's really going to show you some basic things that you can do if you haven't done already to get prepared for the update. So what does it mean? How is it going to affect your business and all of that sort of thing? All right, so let's get right into it. Today's not going to be a long webinar. It's actually quite a straightforward update for you guys. So let's get right into it. Okay, so first of all, a little bit about me. For those of you who don't know me, I'm the CEO and founder of Sponsored Links. I've been in online marketing for well over 10 years and live and breathe Google AdWords, SEO, and obviously everything online marketing. So hopefully I'm qualified enough to talk to you today, but let's get right into it. So today's goals is really to understand the update's purpose primarily, and more so look at how your website's going to be affected, how you may be able to look at your websites to see if they will be affected by this update, and to be able to assess that, and really what you can do to prepare. So it's really straightforward today, and hopefully you'll be able to get something out of this so you can either not be affected by this. So there's obviously a few things that Google are up to. One, they've basically announced that as more people access mobile devices across the internet, they've had a need to update their algorithms and adapt those usage patterns across the web. So Google is going more mobile, and they want to ensure that websites around the globe are configured properly for mobile devices. And in their own words, Google explained that they will be expanding our use of mobile friendliness as a ranking signal. This change will affect mobile searches in all languages worldwide and will have a significant impact in our search results. So that's the Google Webmaster Central Blogs. We got that as a source. So this is a global update that's going around Google, and it's primarily going to affect mobile search. So if your site is currently ranking, and your chances are it will be ranking very well in a mobile search, if you're not mobile friendly, you will be massively affected by this. So what we're going to get into today is how you may be able to measure those things to see how much of an impact it may have for you. So that's the quote I was just referring to there, and as you can see, it's going to be a worldwide change. So the two things that are going to be affected are the search engine results, as we refer to them as the SERPs, and applications. So that also access the web. So one thing to remember on a mobile search result is it's primarily local searches that are being found in the search results. So if you're a local business, say a florist or a plumber or something like that, it's massively going to affect you, and something that you need to look at is how much of your traffic is going to be affected. So one way to do that is to look at analytics or even your Google AdWords accounts, and you can actually delve into that data and see how much traffic you're getting from each source. So really at the end of this, Google's goal is to provide a better user experience for mobile searches and on Google Play. So again, this is primarily a mobile search update for Google. It's all around the mobile traffic that's coming out, the mobile traffic that's increasing, and as it comes out, you're going to see a massive change in those results. So one thing you can do is to combat this if you haven't done already, and one thing you can do if you haven't done this in time for tomorrow's update, is to really start getting a mobile responsive website done ASAP. Now, why? Because if you're not responsive, essentially you won't rank, as Google is going to favor sites that are mobile friendly. Now, for those of you who don't know what a mobile responsive website is, essentially it's a site that will work on every single mobile platform or every single screen, really. So it'll work on a desktop, but then it will adjust for an iPad, so it's easily viewable on an iPad. an iPhone, an Android screen, all of those it will look good on. And because it looks good, it's a great user experience, and Google's job really is to provide not only relevant results to the users, but now they're looking for a good quality user experience. So, and essentially that's what this update is about. So the best news about that, if your site is already mobile responsive and mobile ready, you could probably expect to see better rankings, increased organic site visitation, and hopefully as a result of those two things, more customer inquiries. So if your site is mobile responsive and mobile friendly, that's good. Now I did have a question earlier last week in regards to sites that have people that have two sites. They'll have a desktop version and they'll have a mobile version, so it's not responsive per se, but nonetheless they do have a mobile site. And the short answer to that is if that site is currently ranking in the mobile version, this update really shouldn't affect it. And in most cases you should see a positive result from that. Now here's some cool stats in and around just digital media and time spent by platform. And as you can see, in December 2010 versus December 2014, the huge lift across smartphone, tablet, and desktop overall. So, we're on this exponential curve now on mobile. In fact, now more people have mobile phones on the planet than toilets. And given a choice, people would prefer to have a mobile phone than a toilet in a third world country. So, it's just obviously exponential. The world is going mobile, and this update tomorrow is really just in an effort to really reward mobile sites and more so a better user experience for Google users. And now here's another good stat. As you can see here, this is the share of content category time spent by platform. And as you can see here, portals, business, finance, entertainment, news, multimedia. That there's obviously the portals and the business, finance, and all of that is got the highest. Down by the lowest sort of stuff is the maps, the weather, stuff that you're sort of getting quick and easy information from. But the big point here is desktop versus mobile. Things like weather, maps, photos, hotel information, all of this sort of stuff is becoming a higher and higher. So other things we know from a search point of view, from a business point of view, is in the SME space there is a lot more people using mobiles now to look for local sort of businesses than they would a desktop. And I think the latest stat was almost in the 60% mark. So it really is just the message here is, chances are if you're a local business, people will be using the mobile, as a majority, and you need to kind of get on board with this update. So a couple of things that Google factor in with quality mobile sites in particular is the load time. One thing they're really interested in is making sure that sites load relatively fast and they don't, essentially take too long to load. So there is ways of doing that. You can go to the Google Developers Mobile Guide, and we'll be providing some links at the end here, and you can enter in the URL and it will test the URL to see how mobile friendly it is. We also have our own URL which we can send you to at the end called mobilechecker.com.au, and that's a great way just to be able to see how your site responds and looks if you're not too sure if your site has already been built with mobile in mind. So yeah, this thing here will essentially check the organic traffic on your website via analytics, what percentage of traffic are mobile, and it's a great tool if you've not used it yet. So the other thing that's going to be affected in this update is really apps, and we're going to see this really take effect, not like I said just across the search results, but really anything that's got even a mobile usage. A internet usage via an app. So Google's aim is really to extract the information from the apps as part of this update and then display them either in the results or not. Okay, so the other thing that's going to happen here is on this in Google Shopping. So there's many changes. The 21st update is the one thing you need to know about this is Google Shopping is set up with your AdWords account, or if you're looking at expanding into e-commerce sales, then this is really something you need to listen up on. The May Google update will require all clients who have Google Shopping to provide shipping rates for all their products targeting Australia. So that basically means a much greater use of transparency in regards to shipping prices for users who purchase goods through Google Shopping. But updates from Google is something that we here we see all the time. One of the most recent updates, of course, was the Google Pigeon update, which was rolled out in Australia in about 22nd of December last year. And this was really aimed at giving users, the ability to extract more authentic local search results. And the main point here is that if your business has dealt with previous Google updates, then it really needs to continue to deal with these updates. And that's really what we're here to do. So if you sort of feel that maybe you're running shopping or an app or your site may not be mobile friendly, simply give us a call today and we'll talk you through it and what needs to you do to or what you need to do to stay in front of your competition. So the big thing here is this update tomorrow is really only mobile only. It's going to affect mobiles, but it's not going to affect tablets. Okay, so it's not. It's going to affect phones, but really not going to affect the tablet devices. And the main reason there is the way the search results look on obviously an iPad or a tablet versus the mobile. So this is how you prepare if you haven't already. And keeping it really simple is to couple of things you can do. You can increase your AdWords spend to combat the traffic loss or the SEO, the organic traffic loss that you may get. And why would you do that? Well, essentially with AdWords within a day or so or within hours now, we could, so if you drop rankings for, say, you're going to drop them for 3 to 4 weeks while you're, you're kind of trying to get your site to be rebuilt, to be responsive. AdWords is a great platform just to put the ad there in the short term so that you don't lose out overall. The other thing you can do is go and check, is your site ready? Is it mobile friendly currently? And we built a site called mobilechecker.com.au, and it's a great tool that you can use, free tool that you can go and get, to see if you're friendly or not. The other thing is just simple, like I said earlier, give us a call. We all here about helping our clients out. So if you have a question in regards to this, or you want to speak to one of our digital strategy people in more depth around this update, then just give us a phone call today, and we'll talk you through it. All right. So here's the interesting thing. This is internet users who own the following: so PC, laptops, smartphones, tablets, gaming consoles. And really what we're seeing here is smartphone attributes now to 80% of devices that we own. In fact, if you actually look at it, the average person now actually owns 3 mobile devices, so including tablets. So it's really skyrocketing, and more reason, obviously, why Google's made this update. All right, and as you can see on this stat here, 48% start on search engines, but then it sort of changes and adapts across. So the most common point for mobile research is search, and more so now if you're going to look for a local business or a shop that you may need to go to or something like that, more often than not you're going to pick up your mobile and use it. And another great stat is people now check their mobile devices over 100 times a day. So more reason to be thinking mobile. So here's the conclusion, guys. Websites must be mobile friendly, ready for tomorrow's update. It's as simple as that. Now, if you have missed that boat and you're not mobile friendly, there's many things we can do, to get you ready for that. And Google Cache comes along and caches sites every few weeks, so there's a very high chance that even though the update takes effect tomorrow, by the time Google comes around and recaches, you should be, we'll have a site ready or whatever. So the other thing is investigate your mobile traffic and your customers via your Google Analytics accounts. And if you don't know how to do that, speak to us or your client manager, and we can talk you through that. Also, take apps into account. So if you've got an app or you're thinking of doing an app, again, speak to us and we can talk you through that. And again, we're just here to help. So if you've got any, any questions regarding the update tomorrow, simply give us a call. All right, so today we have a really simple offer for you guys, which is a free website audit to check on this. Is your site mobile friendly? Is it not mobile friendly? And you can get to that by going to www.sponsoredlinks with an x.com/Google Update Webinar. And there you're going to find all the information you need. You can just simply type in your URL. We'll know that you're a client, and from there we can obviously talk you through what we need to do and give you some advice specific to your website. All right, so that's the update, nice and quick and digestible today, guys. So if you have any questions at all, give us a call, send me an email if you like. You can get onto me or the team at marketing@sponsoredlinks.com. And hopefully you found this update useful. And until next time, my name's Ben Bradshaw, and I'll see you again.